What up, guys? So, today we're gonna talk about something that's very important for when you create a workout routine for yourself, and that is sets and reps. Basically, how many sets you should do, how many reps you should do for the goal you're after, right? It depends on what you want, right? Depends on what your goal is. So let's talk about it. Basically, it's like this: the less reps you do, the more sets you should do to equate volume, right? So, for example, if you're doing 8 to 10 reps, you have to do only 4 to 5 sets, right? And if you're doing 1 to 3 reps, you should be doing more sets, right? You could do 4 or 5 sets, but you should do more, right? You should do about 7, 8 sets, right? A lot of powerlifters do that. They do 1 to 2 reps, but they do a lot of sets, right? So they do 8 to 10 sets. Now let's start with the goals. The first goal is if you're training for a sport or if you want endurance, because there's 3 different muscle fibers, right? This rep range is gonna build the endurance muscle fibers. So if you want, endurance is basically performing repetitive movements for a lot of reps. And this is gonna basically, the rep range is gonna be above 15, right? So 15, 20, or even above 20 reps. And you basically just do 3 or 4 sets of that if your main goal is endurance. Now, if your main goal is building muscle, then you should focus on about 8 to 12 rep range. 8 to 12. That's a good rep range for building muscle. And about 4 to 5 sets, right? I usually do 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Now, if you want to build strength, right? If your main goal is strength and power, then the rep range from 1 to 6 reps. And then you do a lot more sets, right? 6, 7, 8, maybe even 10. Depends on the rep range. That's basically for building the muscle fibers for strength. Now you could basically, I recommend you switch it up, right? So you do for a month, maybe, or 2, you do the strength rep range. Then you switch to the muscle building rep range. Then you switch to an endurance rep range. And what this will do, it's muscle confusion, right? Your muscles get used to the same thing over and over and over again, and then you have to switch it up. So your muscle is going to be, what the fuck happened, right? And it's going to break down muscle fibers, and it's going to get stronger and bigger. You got to confuse the shit out of that muscle. And all of these different rep ranges, you can even combine. You could combine strength and muscle. So you do 6 to 8 reps, right? That's gonna be a little bit of strength, a little bit of muscle. Then you could do muscle and endurance, 12 to 15 reps, right? That's gonna be a little bit of muscle, a little bit of endurance, right? You should always switch it up, right? But the most important thing is you have to stick to something for at least for a month to see results, right? Now let's say what the studies say. The studies basically say that they did a lot of different groups of people, and they did different rep ranges, and it showed that any rep range you're on, right, you're gonna build the same amount of muscle. Funny, right? So it's basically, what is your preference? What do you like to do, right? Do you like to go heavy? Do you like to go high reps? The science says it doesn't matter as long as you're consistent and stick with it. So consistency is basically the most important part. Building muscle, gaining strength, pretty much in anything in life, you gotta be fucking consistent. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Peace out.